Hi, Stu here from Talk Leisure, and we're here in Scotland at Dog Falls on day 2 of our walk on the Afric Kintail Trail. Now, everyone's water bottles are empty, so I thought I'd show you how to use some of the filter systems available from us. We've got 3 different ways of cleaning water here to show you, so let's get to it. The first option we've got is this one by Platypus, the Platy filter, and it's a real neat little setup. You can buy it on its own, or you can buy it with a bottle. So we'll use this one. Sorry, we'll use this one first. Get the elastic off. Rolls up inside quite neat. So this is your dirty bottle. You fill this with the dirty water, which we're going to get out of here. Then, on the filter itself, you've got a dirty end and a clean end. So they take the cap off the dirty part. Now this uses hollow fibre technology. So in here there's loads and loads of hollow fibres which the water is squeezed through. We're going to squeeze it through here in a second. And they're so small that they stop cysts like Gerardia, Cryptosporidium getting through, and they stop bacteria getting through as well. They don't stop viruses getting through them, but they can get around that with either boiling the water or, as I'll show you in a second, using a chemical. So we're going to pop ourselves down here, and as you can see, it's got a really good flow rate. We're squeezing it not too hard, and that should give us about a litre of water filtered in roughly a minute's time. This is a really lightweight setup as well. This filter doesn't weigh very much, and neither does the extra little bag. So my colleague here is going to put the prices up somewhere probably around here. There we go, 1 litre of nicely filtered water. Pop the cap back on the clean end so it doesn't get contaminated, and then we'll show you the next step in just a second. So with these Platypus filters, you don't have to use bottles. You can also use a standard kind of 1 litre water bottle, make sure it's got a narrow top on it. That also fits on. So we can just fill this up. If you want to buy the slightly cheaper option, you might have some of these bottles already. Take off our end cap. Screw that on. So there's internal screw and external one, depending on if you're using the Platypus bag or if you're using like your own bottle like I am. And same again. Start squeezing, and the water comes out the other end. So it's really hard not to recommend these filters. They're so easy to use, they're so small and compact, and they'll do a fairly high amount of literage, well over, I think it's over 1,000 litres, but again my colleague will fill you all that information in just a second, somewhere around here. Right, so let's go on to what you might do after this, or if you've got relatively fast flowing clear water. So the water here is pretty fast flowing, relatively clear, but there's still like microbes in there. What we can use is chlorine dioxide tablets, which are these, or sometimes people call them Puratabs, but they're chlorine dioxide, which is tasteless and it gets rid of bacteria, cysts, and viruses. So you can use this if you're using really filthy water. You can use these as well, and they will kill everything off the board. 1 tablet does 1 litre of water, and it takes roughly half an hour for it to have effect, so you can leave it in there for a while for it to work. Chlorine dioxide is tasteless, so the water doesn't taste anything once it's activated. The chlorine leaves your water tasting like weak swimming pool water. Chlorine tablets also don't get rid of cysts. It's not powerful to break them down, so you have to use a filter like we're using here to get rid of the cysts, and then one of these to get the viruses. And then the final thing I'm going to show you is a traditional pump filter. So this, by MSR, is a Miniworks, and you've got a cartridge in here, a ceramic cartridge, and we're going to pump water through that cartridge to fill a bottle. So we're going to use this Nalgene bottle. So a Nalgene bottle is a good option. You can also use things like the Oatly water bags. They've got the same size cap on it. This is our clean end, so we'll try and keep that clean, uncontaminated. And the Nalgene bottle screws on. The reason I say use one of those Oatly bags is really for kind of group use. It's quite a heavy thing to carry on your own. For this walk we're doing, 7 of us start walking this route, and this is a great option for filtering kind of 10 litres of water pretty quickly and giving everyone a drink. So you've got your pre-filter here, which gets rid of all the big chunky things on the end, and then this foam bit for floating it so it doesn't sink to the bottom and end up getting stuck in the rocks. I'm going to wander out here a second, find somewhere a little bit deeper, drop that in, and then I'm going to start pumping. And it's now starting to fill up the water bottle. So you filtered water doing this method. It is a bit slower than using the Platypus bottles, but these cartridges have got a really long lifetime, so this will last you, probably most of your camping days, unless you're using a professional manner taking groups out all the time. There we go, 1.4 litres, we just did about a litre there, so we'll pour in the bottle already. So bring it going. One thing I need to talk about as well before we finish is the care of these filters. So the two kind of mechanical filters here. Put that cap back on. So the Platypus ones, if you're using it in really dirty water, it will still work, but it will get clogged up very quickly. Those hollow fibers start to get clogged. So the way to clean it is to give it a shake. So you basically hold it upside down, get some water into the filter, and then you shake it like so, and that helps to flush the grimy water back into the dirty water, and it helps to clean the filter out. It's really important you don't let these get frozen, because if it's wet and the water freezes inside, it's going to crack those hollow fibres, and it's going to be defunct, not really work effectively. So if you're going in some extremely cold conditions, make sure you wrap this up or keep it in your sleeping bag with you. And then the ceramic filter, again, if you're using this in really grimy conditions, you can use you'll see the outside of it will be covered in dirt and grime. Well, you can see some now on the end, see that dirty water. That will be all over it, and you can use something like this. This is a light scouring pad to scour a layer of the ceramic, take it a layer down, and that will effectively clean it. Once the ceramic gets too thin, you'll need to replace the cartridge, and they include a measuring device on it, so you can check to see. And yes, that's our water filters from Total Leisure.